If you haven't seen my face before, hi, my name is Em. I'm a career coach, content creator, ex-corporate girl, and someone who's made a lot of bold decisions on paper that is messier in real life. And if you have seen my face before, hi, I did not mean to ghost you, but we're back. To be honest, this was going to be an intro video to my channel saying, hey, welcome to my channel. I'm a career coach. I'm going to help you grow your career, and this is what you have to look forward to. I hated that as much as you did. That didn't really feel authentic to where I am today. For context, this video is going to just tell you exactly what I've been up to the past couple of years, what I've learned, and how we're going to take it into this next year as a career coach and also as an entrepreneur and a sane person. About 2 years ago, I quit my job to start my business full-time that I was doing part-time while I was working in corporate. I decided to do that after moving to the most expensive city in Canada. Just a suggestion, maybe do it in a cheaper city. I'm coming into the end of my second year, and looking back at that first year, it was a show, needless to say. I'll be hitting my 2-year mark in a couple weeks. I was so naive in that first year, trying so many things. I went to so many webinars, so many workshops, spent so much money on things that I should have done more research on. No one warned me how broke I was going to be in that first year. Starting a career coaching business is very niche, and I'm actually very happy with my industry. I love coaching people. I feel inspired by the people I help, and I really like the companies I end up working with. However, the business side of things is really tough to wrap your brain around, especially when it's just you, yourself, and just me. And I've come to the conclusion that first year was a write-off year. It truly just needed to be me in the trenches, putting in my dues, something that I think most entrepreneurs and honestly most people when they start something new have to go through and realize, yeah, this is just the L I have to take to get to the other side. And I'm not saying I've made it completely to the other side, but I definitely see the light. Me a year ago is completely different than me right now. I can't articulate the hyper experience being an entrepreneur gives you outside the bubble of corporate, but it is a different type of experience because the bubble of corporate is just the Kool-Aid, you know? There's a lot of you that feel this way, even if you currently have a corporate job. There's that friction you can't put your finger on that you just know that you have capabilities that go beyond the bubble that you're currently in. So if you feel this way, welcome to the club. You're in the right place. On social media, people consider me their career coach big sis because I truly keep it real. I do not sugarcoat things. I tell it like it is, and I give you frameworks to implement. Communication and simplification are two of my greatest strengths. So what can you expect on this channel after I just trauma dumped on you? Well, there are 3 things you can expect. 1, career growth advice. From interview prep, salary negotiations, promotions, to changing careers, I got you. That is because I have an 80% success rate from interview to job offer. I've been promoted several times, and I've pivoted careers like 5 times. 2, personal and business updates, kind of like this video where I tell you exactly where my head's at, what I've experienced, and the lessons I've learned as an entrepreneur and a career coach. 3, you can expect my better mistakes, better advice videos. Basically videos where I take you with me anytime I try something new. Whether it's a workshop, a course, a hobby, a new city. And I will break down what I learned so that you can see how accessible it is and what you might get out of it. Basically, anytime I'm raw dogging something new, you're gonna know, except for what you're thinking. Disgusting. All right, now let's get to the lessons that I've learned in these first 2 years as an entrepreneur and career coach. Number 1, curiosity is great until it turns into avoidance. I felt that in my gut. So in my 20s, I was notorious for trying a bunch of new things without finishing them because I felt like when I find the right thing, I will stick to it. And it's not really up to me to know if I don't like something unless I try it first. And that is because my number 1 value in my 20s, and somewhat still is curiosity. But like I said, too much curiosity can turn into avoidance. People might call commitment issues. Avoidance is a little less onerous, so we're gonna stick with that one. Upon reflection, I realized I tried so many new things because I wanted to build something meaningful so badly. Whether that was meaningful to me or meaningful to others, I wasn't really sure what that meant. And I was constantly told your 20s are the best time to try a bunch of new things. So it wasn't late to the game, at least. I took acting classes for a year. I did stand-up comedy. I did a master's degree because that's exactly what you do when you don't know what to do. Probably the most expensive I don't know decision you can make. I tried coding. I was a data analyst for a little while. I even auditioned to be a spin instructor because I got so into spin. I've tried a lot of other things, but those are some of the few that kind of stuck for a longer period of time. And at some point, trying everything turned into me avoiding commitment. And that is really hard for me to admit. I just didn't trust myself to commit to something long enough for it to be boring or let it be successful. And that's okay. At the end of the day, curiosity helped me build something and grow, but it also distracted me from committing to something and staying focused. And that is why my 30s are going to be all about focus. Because when you're focused, I find that you make better mistakes. It's not like I'm never going to make a mistake again. It's about making better mistakes. I just don't think I need to experiment more to prove to myself that I'm creatively capable. And if you're in a similar season, neither should you. Lesson 2, burnout doesn't always come from too much effort. It can come from lack of alignment. A year ago today, your girl was burnt. Not in a, oh, you look great, you're super hot type of vibe, more like, oh my God, are you on fire? Are you okay? Nothing I was making or the advice I was giving as a career coach felt right and aligned with me. And honestly, money was getting really tight. So I felt like my intention with my business just started to become about making money and less about aligning the work with myself. And it's so true, the mind-body connection, because your girl also got very, very sick for like 2 months. Chest infection, eye infection, stomach flu, ear infection. What's funny is I'm working a lot harder now than I was a year ago, but I feel so much better. How did I start making decisions in my business and in my personal life that started aligning with me and making me less burnt out? Well, I hate to be this person, but that will probably be in another video, so stay tuned. Lesson 3, caring too much can lead to you being invisible. So because we're not best friends yet, you wouldn't know how much I actually care about the advice that I give and how much care I put into it before I actually post it or before I actually go to a client and give it. Because yeah, I would sit on content for weeks because I'd be afraid that if this piece of advice doesn't help every single person that sees it, I will feel like a failure. Even though I know advice is not universal, I thought caring too much about the work is gonna help me be more credible, but it actually made me more invisible. And so there's a balance. I'm not saying I'm not going to care anymore about the work and the advice that I'm giving. I still truly, deeply care to my core. It is in my blood. Okay. What I am going to do is manage that care when it comes to the point of publishing or posting, because at that point, instead of asking myself, is this the right advice or the right thing to post? I'm going to just ask myself, is this real? Is this real to me? Is this real to the people I've coached? And if you made it this far in the video, hi, you should probably subscribe at this point. You've already invested 5 minutes of your time. So, you know. I don't know. Sure, these videos are going to be conversational, but I'm also always going to break them down into lessons, tips, and frameworks, and sometimes give you guides and downloadables so that you can take it home with you. But also expect a new lens, decision-making practices, self-worth, and things that are going to make you feel good both personally and at work in your career. I just truly don't believe in the separation between work and life. There's going to be a lot of transcendence between that advice, and that is just how I work, and a lot of clients have succeeded because of it. I've succeeded because of it. Even though I'll admit Severance is a really good show. Think simplified, clarity, confident, and decisive. That is how you're supposed to feel at the end of all my videos. Expect a new video every Tuesday, sometimes structured, sometimes messy, but always honest. And if this resonated, just comment same or an emoji so we can see we're not alone in this crazy human-made concept called a career. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.